Welcome, everybody. My name is Jodie Jordan, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I just want to take a few seconds to remind you that tomorrow will be the first day that you can register for my ribbon and paper share. And if you decide to purchase both, I will send a free gift. If you want to go ahead and sign up for my email in the description below, I will email you or email all that registration info out tomorrow, and all week long I'll be sending that out. Or there is a register link in the description below as well, but I will have to send you an invoice for you to pay. It's like a two-step versus if you sign up for my email, it's just one. Yeah, you probably definitely want to join my email anyways if you're interested in any of my classes or any of my free things that I have going on. So go ahead and register below. Okay, so we're only 9 weeks away from Halloween, and this is my project today, and I'm so excited about it. It's like, sometimes you design things or you create things and you are just more excited than others. And this one, I am so excited. So I'm not sure if you have listened to other demonstrators or anything that I've said as far as the paper share go, but one of the papers that we're getting in the share is a glow in the dark paper, and this project is featuring that. That ribbon that you just seen is called the 3/8 inch large check ribbon, and I just colored that with my pumpkin pie um, Stampin' Right marker. I had to think of the name of the marker. So I'm just cutting strips here. Now the strips are just wide enough for me to stamp the word eat on there. The reason I'm designing this tag is because in my card or in my group, we're having a challenge or like a prize patrol, and kind of like a bingo. We get projects and we have to design around the projects that they list, and one of them was to design a holiday tag with one of our bundles. So I chose to do a Halloween tag because that's one of the bundles that I own, and it just happened to be the series that I'm working on anyway, so I might as well just do both. The stamp set that I'm going to be using, well, it's actually a bundle. It's the Tricks and Treats. I'm using just one little stamp out of there, the Eek, and then I am using the Ghost die. And I'm also using the little bagged, the little hole punch thing that we used for the little box. Here I'm just I cut the strips. I can't remember the exact measurement, but it's just wide enough for the Eek. So let me see if I can look at my trimmer because I remember where I cut it. Let's see. So it'd be the one on the right side, not the 1 inch one. So that would be like, it's not a 1/4 inch. Oh yeah, a 1/4 inch. So these are a 1/4 inch strip wide or thickness. And then I just cut the orange square that you see there. That's just wide enough to fit the largest die from the Nested Essentials, the one that looks kind of like a coffin, that one. The largest one, that yellow or that orange pumpkin pie, is just big enough because I'm going to die cut after I put all these strips on here. My pattern is I'm doing black, orange, black, white, black, orange, black, white. Just keep going with it. I don't use a lot of the white because the white is not a regular cardstock. That is also the DSP. And I know I'm going to have the ghosts made of that glow in the dark. So I don't want to have too much, but I want it to be enough that you can see. So, like I said, I'm just staggering the little strips here and trying to create my design. I was kind of stumped for a minute because I didn't want to just do like a plain tag. Like, these are when we design things for these prize patrol or the bingo or contest for our group. It's so all of us ladies can get ideas to create cards and projects for our classes and for, basically for our classes is what it's for. So it just kind of gives you an idea. So I wanted to come up with something kind of, that I did on my own or whatever. And I was just like, what can I do for a tag? Like, you know, we have tag dies, but I wanted to do something different. So I thought, well, these nested essential dies are really cool because they kind of give you that coffin shape. So I wanted to create my own. I did like kind of a little deep dive on Pinterest just to see like what other people have done for tags, and there was this tag that was a digital. So a digital would be like a file that you would buy, and you can print and do like if you owned a Cricut. For me, sometimes if you watch some of my videos where I do that, you can do like a print and cut. And this is where I got this color scheme, which I mean, really, in all honesty, it's just regular Halloween colors. I mean, but the pattern is where I got the idea. And then another thing was that I seen a tag with a really cool bow, and I was like, well, I could use the ribbon, but none of the ribbons are really like screaming Halloween. So, I mean, we have the black and white one, but again, like we've had that black and white ribbon, and then this ribbon, it's not, I wanted a great big fat bow. So I was like, well, I'll just make my own. So you're going to see here in just a second, I'm going to show you how I make my own. But I'm just cutting off the excess here, and now I'm going to run this through the die cutting machine. And again, this is the largest nested essential die right here. You want to definitely tape it down if you want to keep that. If you're like me, I wanted the spacing to be even, kind of. Um, you'll see when it looks more like I have with the white at the bottom. I'm going to put the bow at the top, so that's another reason why I didn't use the white at the top, because that's just wasting my glow in the dark paper when that's going to be covered up anyway. So there's a lot of die cutting here. I just wanted to kind of show you. So here's where I'm starting my bow, because of course I didn't want to just do a plain bow. I wanted it to be polka dotted. So this is the, what is this one called? I thought I had everything laid here. What is this called? The dotted. Hmm, I know I had it laying here. Well, anyways, so I'm just looking or poking out all the dots, and I'm going to go ahead and use the nested essentials dies again, but this time I'm using the smallest um, die, and you cut two of those, and you're going to cut that out of black and uh, the black and this polka dot here, but you don't do the polka dot for the other one. I don't know what I did with my die. I lost it. Hmm. Isn't that funny? That's just how it is. That's how it works when you're trying to think of the name of something and you don't have it right by hand. I always lose it. My craft room is looking better. It was really a mess the other day when I was trying to come up with projects, because for our it's a let's see, Patty calls it a August prize patrol, but it's kind of like a bingo. You have to get so many projects down or so many projects across. It's an L. It's not a full board this time. She's done full boards before, but um, I was trying to do several projects for that, and I had stuff everywhere. And sometimes you just have to just stop and just clean, or I do anyway, because I can't function like that. Everything has to be clean. Most of the time, I do that. I'll stop in the middle of all my project or after every project and completely clean everything up. And put it all up, because I just can't function with my desk being crazy like that. Plus my space is small, so I have to um that's the only way you can find stuff. I have no idea where these dice went. No idea. I thought I had everything sitting here so I could remember the name, and I don't use that die that often, so that's part of the problem. But here I'm showing you that you're gonna cut that cut it out into black, and then you're going to layer the orange over top. Really can't find the die. Oh, it's right here in front of me. Isn't that something? Okay, it's called Dots and Spots die. I mean, it was literally right in front of me, guys. I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyways, okay, so a lot of you weren't paying attention last week when you were liking and you were sharing, and that I appreciate that, and I still want you to do that this week. But for my 12 weeks of Halloween, I decided last week that I was going to start giving out a free gift. Some people might just look at the video and try to see what I did, and then they don't watch. I know the other demonstrators watch, and that's fine. I'm giving away a free gift again this week, and all you have to do is leave a comment below, and then next week during my 12 weeks of Halloween series, I will announce the winner. I will do a drawing of all the people that leave a comment at YC3613. If you could send me your information at theblueyecrafter@gmail.com, I will get your gift sent out to you. Yeah, so I didn't have a lot of people make comments last week, but after reading the analytics and things, it said that not a lot of people watched the whole video, so that could be why you didn't hear it. It was at the end instead of I'm kind of putting it in the middle this time, but an easy way to get a free gift. But anyways, back to the video. We are I'm just cutting all these pieces. There's so many little pieces, and here's a tip. So you can do two things to pop things up when you have like when I do things like this, I like to pop everything up evenly, and especially if there's like a hole or something in it. But we have these just like the dimensionals, we have dimensional sheets, and you can use those. Or what I used in this video was I went to the Dollar Tree and I got foam board, and I use that. So it pops it up a lot thicker. I've seen some other or not demonstrators, but other crafters do that when they make shaker cards. And I thought I'd try it, and I did, and it works, and I really like it. Now it's super thick. I will tell you, if it definitely is a lot thicker. You don't have any problem with your dies cutting it. It cuts like butter. But yeah, that's what I used in this video. I didn't have the sheets and I wanted it popped up, so that's what I used. So here I just want to cut a little like black piece just to cover up the eyes, and I'm gonna put another layer. This is actually the not poster board, foam board here, and I'm just putting the black over the eyes, and then I'm gonna layer the regular or layer the glow in the dark paper right on top. I kind of was like feeling weird about the glow in the dark paper because I was like, where am I going to use this? And I think this would be so awesome, like for your trick or treaters. Like, now I don't know if it glows in the dark all the time or if you have to put it in the light. When I show you at the end of the video, I held it under the light for a while, and it was really bright. I didn't try it by not doing that, so I'm not sure if it glows in the dark all the time. Like most of the time when you have stuff like that, you have to put it under the light. But if not, this would be so cool to pass out to trick-or-treaters because it's dark when they come through, and for their gift or their treat to be, you know, lit up. I think the kids would eat that up. They would love that. So I'm gonna test it and see. I haven't had a chance. I've been just trying to it's been like a create week. I've got so many projects I need to create and I need to get done because um, I have a lot of things to do still for my daughter's wedding, and a lot of phone calls are coming in now. Like it's like that cram last minute everything. People are making plans and they're not having the best of luck with making their plans, mainly because a lot of them waited till last minute. But that's 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 how it is when it comes to weddings. I just hope everyone comes that says they're coming, because that's sometimes, I understand emergencies and things, but, when you gotta pay for those people that don't come, it kinda stinks. But anyway, so here I'm just layering that black layer over the pumpkin pie, and I'm gonna curl it to make this is gonna be our bow. It was almost like a light bulb moment went off in my head when I was like scrolling through Pinterest trying to get an idea in my head. Um, and as soon as that light bulb went off, I jumped up and started creating this card or this tag last night. I was so excited. In fact, I went and woke my husband up because he was asleep. He had already went to bed, and I was like, "Look at this!" And he was like, "What?" And I'm like, and then I showed him, and it glowed in the dark, and he just started laughing at me. But this so this glue doesn't dry quick. So what I do is I just kind of fold it over. It's kind of like that old, like when we had that builder punch for a bow. All I did is I just glued it together and then I put a safety pin or a clothespin on there to kind of let it dry. But I wasn't having much luck with glue when I created this yesterday. I I use my quick dry glue, and I don't know if it's because it's getting old, and it's it I I have a little pin that goes inside it because I have um the precision tip, but I've had that one open for a while. I've been using a lot of this glue, and I think sometimes glue will go bad, like when it's that kind of glue. But so I switched over to this, and I to the multi-purpose glue, and like I said, it doesn't glue or it doesn't dry quick. So I just, kept pinning things, but towards the middle or end of this video, you'll see that I have problems getting it to stick, and it's not that it doesn't stick, it's just it needs to dry, and you have to be kind of patient with that. So here I'm not really measuring anything. I'm just throwing some glue on the back here, and I'm just going to cut a piece to kind of go down the middle of the two fold over pieces. Um, I had too much glue. That's why I said this was a new bottle of glue because I was kept trying to use the old one and I didn't realize it was empty. So I just cut that off into the trash can, and now I'm just cutting it down a little bit. You don't need, but just a little small strip. I have scraps here, and that's what I'm grabbing as the scraps. But there's no real measurement to this. I just cut down what I thought would fit and um, just folded it over. I'm not. I won't say that I'm not big on measurements because a lot of things you have to have a measurement. But I am big on winging it sometimes. Like this right here, you don't need an exact measurement. I mean, as long as the front looks good, the back no one will see. That's how I look at it. But this, I will tell you, this is very, very thick. And I almost wish I would have just got out my glue gun. But I've told this story before, but I had my regular glue gun that I had for many, many years. It basically caught fire, and my husband bought me a new one, but it's like it's first of all, it's battery powered, so I have to go out in the garage and get like hit the one, it goes to the same thing that our like weed eater goes to, but it's like an industrial one. I think it's like for wood glue or like to glue wood. It's like an industrial one. It's not like something that came from the craft store. It came from like Home Depot or Lowe's. So it gets really, really hot and yeah, so I didn't grab it. I have to let it heat up, which it doesn't take but a few minutes or a few seconds for it to heat up, but I just didn't grab it. It's like I said, it's out in the garage. So I just went with the glue. It probably would have took the same amount of time for me to let this dry or to grab my glue gun. But if I was going to mass produce these or make a bunch, I would definitely um, have gotten my glue gun. So here I'm just showing you that I'm going to use the ink stamp for the tricks and treats. So for the challenge, I had made the tag and then I was like, oh, I can't use it because it says bundle. So I have to, when it says bundle, you have to use the stamp set and the dies. So I was like, well, I'll just stamp this on here real quick. So you're going to see that I'm going to stamp it on there. And I didn't, you might not be able to tell, but I didn't do a very good job of stamping it. So I tried to stamp over it and it looked bad. So I ended up switching up the whole thing on how I ended up putting my ghost over top of the eek and stamping again. Now this one didn't look too bad, but it wasn't centered very well. I wasn't in the camera very well or over the image to stamp it. I didn't want to put my head in the camera, and that's why. So see here, it didn't stamp all the way. So I'm trying to get in there. I end up just stamping the whole thing over and swapping it, and it looked a lot better, but I wasn't going to start over. I even thought about putting another piece of the pumpkin pie strip over it, but then I knew that would be higher than the others, so I just decided to try and stamp it again. And I don't put my head in the camera, but I try to get really, really close, and I end up doing better. I feel like I've been talking a mile a minute. I'm so sorry. This project really, I really like this project. It's so cute. I can't wait till you guys see the end where it glows in the dark. It's super cool. I don't know who comes up with these ideas, but it was a pretty cool idea. Now I know the I don't even remember what they're called. Everything's too new, but hang on, I have my catalog here. They're ghosts and bats, and they glow in the dark as well. They're an embellishment. Let me see if I can find them. I think it's a bundle. You can buy it as a bundle for the bag of bones bundle or bag. It's like a suite. They're called glow in the dark bats and ghosts, and they're pretty cool. So I did not get them originally because like I said, when I seen that it glows in the dark, I'm like, it's just gonna be white. Like, why would I use it? But after I seen it in action, I placed an order for them today. So um, I might have them by the next project. Plus, we're having my team is doing like a holiday launch party, and one night we're doing what is it called? Boo Bash Bingo. So that sounds fun. Maybe I'll start offering something like that later. I just need to have more people participate to be able to do that because for the prizes and stuff, I have to have people enroll to be able to do that. But here you'll see. So I threaded that through and I just left it flat, and now I'm just gluing down the my bow. But see, it doesn't. I'm used to having that quick dry glue, and it doesn't glue right away. So I struggle with it for a little bit and try to clip this clothespin on there a little bit and let it dry, and just kind of sit and let it dry. So I thought it was originally I was gonna put the boo, um, well, the whole time I was gonna put the boo on the bow, but I didn't plan on there being any other words on the tag until I was like, oh yeah, I gotta use the stamp set too. But I still wanted the boo on there because I thought it looked really, really cute. Um, it just kind of gave it that extra touch on the bow, so I kept it on there. See how it just keeps falling off. It just needs time to glue. But I will tell you, it's so thick. It's really, really thick. We don't have so the black or the we when we have very vanilla and with basic white comes in a thinner cardstock, and I wish they would do that for black too sometimes. Um, there's just sometimes when you're using black, you don't need it to be so thick. But I mean, I know why they do it because when you're stamping, those are the very vanilla, and the basic white are the ones that you would stamp on. So still sliding around. I just need to give it time to dry. I'm kind of excited about Halloween. We're in a new neighborhood, so I'm not really sure how many kids are going to participate. But anyways, here is the finished um, glow in the dark part. I did take photos of this, but it was kind of hard for me to photograph it. But isn't it cute? It's just so cute. Like wouldn't a trick or treater just like if that was on their little bucket or their bag, that would be so cute. But anyways, thanks for watching, and don't forget to leave your comment. Thanks. Bye bye.